Back to the Inman Sports Complex in Edison, New Jersey. Sam Cooperman with you as we get the second game of the NBHL Women's Elite Tier going here today. The Novas are in yellow and purple. It's the Hyenas in black. Maxie Weiss, the 8th overall pick, is the Hyenas keeper. And Shelby Guinard gets the start between the pipes for the Novas here in game one. Novas coached by Angelo Tirana. Again, the Novas in yellow and purple. Hyenas are in black. So Guinard in net for the Novas. Weiss is guarding cage for the Hyenas. And D-zone face-off handle by the Hyenas here. So this is the first of two NBHL Elite weekends. The Orcas, the defending champs, fell in game one to the Angels. As the Novas push it in the offensive zone. Clark tries to turn and get the pass in. It's loose. There's a scramble for Kosakowski. And flip back in for the Novas. Lauren Gifford of the New England Nightmares pushes that ahead. Flicked in by Bailey Horn. And claimed by the Hyenas. Pushed aside there. And here comes a rush for the Hyenas. Becky Dobson had it for a moment, 5 in black. She was the #1 overall pick in the NBHL Women's Elite Draft. You can go back on our YouTube page and check that draft out for a little more insight on the teams and some of the key players in this league. As some traffic in front of the net, Emma Seitz, the #3 overall pick, 6 in yellow, had it moments ago. One of the top forwards in this league. Back with the Novas here, early first. Looking to break the ice. And shot, paddled aside, and covered by Maxie Weiss. Ariana Kosakowski with a chance there of the New England Valkyries. 10 points for her in the regular season. There you see, gets the shot. Weiss with the reach to cover. And the offensive zone face-off won by the Novas. They'll send it around. Working from the top, shifty move from Persiano. Gets in, and momentarily the net was vacant. Looked like Seitz didn't quite have an angle there. We're going to have games going all day today from Inman here in Edison, New Jersey. Last game, I believe, at 7 p.m. tonight. So stick around on the YouTube channel all day. We're going to have NBHL Elite action. The opening 2 men's tier games are coming up after this one. Each team, men's and women's, they're all going to play 5 games today. 4-team leagues on each side. Here are the Hyenas. Zip it ahead. Whitley Nichols dumps it, and it's flooring on the lob play. .657 mark of the first. And a D-zone face-off coming for the Hyenas. GM Ben Berger, head coach Matt Fair. Kelly Wagner of the McKeesport Riddlers tries to win it for the Novas. She's able to feed that over to her teammate Abigail Rush, also playing in the Pittsburgh League for the Bridgeville Slashers, beg your pardon. Here's a rush the other way. Breakaway chance. And a big save for Guinard, beg your pardon. Guinard with a nice save. Best chance for either side early. And it's pushed all the way back down. It's hockey in sneakers. You're seeing it on display as the Hyenas were able to jet up ahead. But Shelby Guinard comes up with the goods to keep us scoreless. We're down to about 6 minutes to go in the opening frame. Stone circulates it. They're looking to go back to Stone as Mears pushes pace for the Hyenas. A little 2-on-2 here, and she slides it ahead. Bracco on the run, fights for it, but won by Bailey Horn. Horn for the Novas. Maychek up the boards. Orlando gathers for the Hyenas. Her pass was not handled. Stone dumped that right back in. Battle behind goal. Players wedging in, officials watching closely. Dragged out of there. And the Novas will keep it on this side of the floor. Jarred around the boards. Kosikowski sends one in, but never quite got to Megan, who was camping out in front. Megan had the handle for a moment. The Hyenas working at center floor. Horn, shot knocked aside. Back behind goal, and the arm of the referee goes up. That'll be the first penalty of this first period. Let's see who it is. He's taken off. So it'll be a power play for the Novas here. So let's see if the Novas can cash in on this power play here. Seitz, the number 3 overall pick, tried to whiz a shot in, and Weiss covers. There are a lot of bodies in front of Maxie Weiss over there as Emma Seitz cranked a wrister. Nikki Lewin, one of the Canadian players in this tournament, won the Ozone faceoff. Novas on the power play, shot from Seitz, blocked away. Go back to Seitz. Passes this time. Wants it back, and it was slid cross goal by Jocelyn Forrest. Forrest, Seitz, back to Forrest. And the Killers trying to do their job for the Hyenas after the early tripping call. Down to about 4 to go in the first. Who will break the ice? Seitz's pass was tipped aside, and she'll recollect. Emma Seitz. Levin back to Seitz. And pass in front, and split stance from Weiss to come up with the stop. Working with Karen Levin, the second-round pick for the Novas. And power play time running down for the Novas. And the Killers have done their job. Lauren Bracco trots onto the floor, and back to even numbers. Run down the floor as Kosikowski is there to pick up for the Novas. So we're down to 3 to go in the first. Chance for the Hyenas as Madison Nichols, I don't know if the Annapolis ambush took that shot. Nichols, a former pro ice player. We get a few players in this Women's Elite League as we have our second flooring call of the first that in their respective cities, they'll play in the men's tiers. Becky Dobson, the number 1 overall pick among them, playing for the Philly Code Red of the Philadelphia Tier 2 League. The only women's player in Tier 2. And some of the tiers, it really is just dictated by where you're playing in terms of what leagues are available. But Dobson, the New Jersey women's most valuable forward in 2022, one of the highlight players to watch in the NBHL Women's Elite tier. So even strength here Final couple minutes of the first. There was one penalty opportunity there on a tripping call that the Novas were unsuccessful on, and another flooring. So it'll be an ozone face-off here for the Hyenas. Sikowski was able to wind that back, and they'll work up the opposite boards. Maychek dumps it in and wanted to get off. And Maychek, I think, wasn't quite sure where she was or on the floor because she tried to dump that in, but she wasn't past the red line, so that'll go down as a flooring call. So another ozone chance for the Hyenas. They win the faceoff. Shot was tipped on the way in from Fairheller. Rushed to the sideboard. And scooped up by Agostinelli. And she had it ripped away. Ariana Kosakowski's had her name called a lot in this first. She's been busy defensively for the Novas. Novas looking odd man rush. Placed to the side by Weiss. New line comes in for the Novas. 90 seconds to go in the first. Will either team score in this opening stanza? Chan. Caitlin Chan. Nothing there. She was sandwiched by two Hyenas. Rachel Israel having some trouble with it and kept in by the Novas. Good persistence from them. Martinez waiting in front, as is Chan. Can either get the ball. It's Jasmine Martinez of the Philly Bell Ballers. Now it's Levin. Great work by Martinez. Gives her team another chance, but it's whacked wide of the target. And a whistle here. Line changes will come about. Couldn't see from our vantage point, but even numbers assume ball just went out of play. Novas, a lot of time in the ozone here. They'll push it back in. Scramble on the end boards here. Forrest looking for help. Matched up with Lecuyer. And wafted off the mark for Mears. Coming back out. Mears fights for the Hyenas. And the seconds tick off the clock. And the opening period will come to an end on that note. So, 0-0, 12 minutes in the books. We'll come back for the second in just a moment here on NBHL YouTube.
I love being a part of it because I am a player, I'm a coach, I'm a referee.
Ball hockey is so much more accessible to the average person if you've never played hockey before.
People look at it like, oh, you just play, it's for hockey player, play with the feet. It doesn't take skill to play. It takes skill to play.
We get excited, people get happy, there's fights, there's everything in it.
It's different.
It's fun.
Fast-paced.
Electric.
I mean, anyone can play.
From the beginning of time, men and women have been friends, family, but yet rivals as well. Some of the most epic battles have been fought from the North to the South Pole and anywhere in between. As time flies, battles have transformed themselves into sports. Yet, the fundamentals remain the same, with lighter shields and a different type of sword. But evolution is clever. It introduces new rules but keeps one thing intact: adrenaline. So it's with honor and pride that we present to the world all of the above into one sport. Hockey ball, the game.
Back to action here between the Hyenas and the Novas. NBHL Women's Elite, Sam Cooperman with you from Edison, New Jersey. As a run out for the Hyenas here. Haley Runals. Didn't see her on that much in the first. Some fresh legs maybe for the Hyenas. And Coach Matt Fair. Their talk during the first period intermission, they need to be better on the forecheck. So good sign for them here as they keep it in the zone for a moment. Lewin had it dragged off her stick. Runals here. Haley Runals, one of the Canadians here at this league. Coach of the Canada U20 women's ball hockey team. Becky Dobson, the #1 overall pick. And it's banked back for Fairheller. Karams around the boards, staying in with the Hyenas. Pressure from the Nova's back check. And shot somehow snuck on goal there. Guinard was ready for it though. Didn't hit her pads, but she was in position if it did. And broke it up. Other way, not Nova's get a chance. Seitz on the move, tried to shoot on a wraparound on Weiss, but it would not go. The two 2024 USA Women's Ball Hockey National Teamers, Weiss and Seitz, collide, and the keeper Weiss wins the battle. One power play so far. It came for the Novas, and as the scoreboard will tell you, they were unsuccessful. Penalty killers for the Hyenas came up with the goods on that first time. So 8 minutes remaining in the second. First game of this marathon day in New Jersey went 1-0 in favor of the Angels. They beat the defending champion Orcas. The second year of the women's elite tier. The inaugural game of the men's elite tier will come up at the conclusion of this one. 4 teams playing in that. Really, really exciting stuff. Here's a chance for the Nova. Shot rings wide. It was a good chance for Kosikowski that time. Nova's back to work offensively. Pass in for Maychek is slid wide. Megan nearly got to it, does keep it in. It's loose in front of Weiss, slides and pokes it out of there. Ladle it around the boards. And shot from behind the blue line, no. Stone. Now it's Levin. Pass in front, intercepted. Hyenas can move with pace. They have a brief 2-on-1. Mears trots over to it. Defense will catch up. Pass it along to Dobson. Guinard found Stone, her teammate, but the Hyenas are not finished on the forecheck. Shot from Dobson, no. Guinard the save, and now Guinard cradles. Here's another look at that last Hyenas chance. A breakaway to no avail. It's Kara Reeves trying to break through. Here's Becky Dobson. 5-on-5 going against Melissa Clark of the Novas on that draw. Stays with the Hyenas. Good control. Runal shoots. And a save from Guinard. Got a piece of it. Dobson tries to muscle her way in, but played off the ball. The NBHL Women's Elite Tier, some of the top women's ball hockey players in the United States and in some cases Canada. Hyenas working 3-on-2 and taken away. Melissa Clark, 2022 national teamer, doing her job. Five and a half till the end of the second. Still looking for scoring in this one. It's been physical. There have been chances, but both goalkeepers haven't been challenged too much, but they've been sturdy and they've answered the bell when needed. Little zigzag. Lewin, the Canadian forward, a nice job to weave her way through. Forrest trying to pintle on the boards, and she wins it. Here's the chance for the Hyenas. Nichols out of the pack with it, shoots, and handled and frozen by Guinard. Whitley Nichols was fading away that time and really didn't have a chance to get her bearings before the defense could catch up. Ball's on net, you never know. Madison Nichols taking the offensive face-off. And it finds its way to Kelly Wagner of the Novas. Her pass didn't quite get through. Remember, floating blue line, that's the key in this sport. So once you gain the zone, you have until mid-court. So not the traditional blue line like you'd see in ice hockey, for those unfamiliar with ball hockey. Nichols slides through. Oh, great centering pass. Nichols sticks with it. Backhanded shot, no. Pickup, and a shot from the side from Reeves also is stopped. Karen Levin, second-round pick, dumps it all the way down. Reeves holds off and gets a chance for reinforcements. Lauren Bracco, part of the next line. The Murraysville Mad Hatters in the Pittsburgh women's tier. 3.5 in the second. Mears circulates. Diagonal pass. Found LeCuyer, but Stone barges it away from her. LeCuyer met by Stone of the Novas. And back with LeCuyer, lifts one, and it was blocked on the way in. Karen Levin out of there with it. Has Megan on the pass, and Bumptel on the boards. Sent all the way down, and this will go for a flooring call. .224 in the second, and Goose Eggs on the board. Again, if you're wondering, if you just tuned in, oh, am I going to miss the action today? No, no, no. Au contraire. We're going to have games all day into night. So you're in the right place if you want to watch some of the best ball hockey you can find right here on the NBHL YouTube. Orlando leaves it in and found its way to goal. Thought she just dumped it down, but found its way to Guinard, who stops and covers. Dobson wins it for Israel and sent around a Fairheller and bang back to Bailey Horn. And shot from the side, no, from Runals. Shelby Guinard has been alert between the pipes for the Novas. Kosikowski dances with Agostinelli and gets the pass over Horn. Tried to lob one out, but it was handled by Fairheller and then banked ahead. Chan for the Novas. Chan tied up and was able to kick it out of the scrum. Push back along. Could be a chance for Dobson if she can get there. Has to deal with Horn. And Bailey Horn, lateral quickness, able to keep up with the uber-talented Becky Dobson. And Dobson's pass wrapped around. Nichols trying to create space. It's Madison Nichols. Her shot saved by Guinard. And Clark smacks one off the boards. Back with Nichols. Her pass didn't hit the target. Kosikowski on the pickup. Rush the other way. And Guinard will hold. Bailey Horn, 7 in the yellow and purple. There's a lot of really athletic players in this tournament, but you could make the claim that Bailey Horn is cream of the crop in that respect. Of the Virginia Salty Crabs of the Carolina Tier 3 on the men's side. A lacrosse national champion at UNC in 2022 and a 3-sport athlete in high school out of Framingham, Massachusetts. And going against Becky Dobson in this game, it looks like Horn has been able to come up with some timely plays there. Meanwhile, ball hits the back of Mears' foot, and out come the Novas. Shifty stick work from Lewin. Gets the pass off, and the shot doesn't go. Oh, that was as great a chance as we've seen. Kelly Wagner, or beg your pardon, no, that was Emma Seitz who had that one dished to her. As the second has come and gone here in Edison. Third period when we come back on the NBHL YouTube channel.
I love being a part of it because I am a player, I'm a coach, I'm a referee.
Ball hockey is so much more accessible to the average person if you've never played hockey before.
People look at it and like, oh, you just play it's floor hockey, play with the feet. It doesn't take skill to play. It takes skill to play.
We get excited, people get happy, there's fights, there's everything in it.
It's different.
It's fun.
Fast-paced.
Electric.
I mean, anyone can play.
From the beginning of time, men and women have been friends, family, but yet rivals as well. Some of the most epic battles have been fought from the North to the South Pole.
Novas and Hyenas start the third. Hyenas in black, Novas in yellow and purple. Sam Cooperman with you here from Edison, New Jersey, in the Inman Sports Complex. Novas had a terrific chance to close the second as Emma Seitz was unable to bury the shot, so we stay 0-0. Novas keep it in. They wanted to go to Seitz, but the ball was banged away. pushed back in by Levin. And the Hyenas will create the other way. On the run, shot banged wide from Dobson. It was Dobson and Gifford who were pushing the pace. And swung back the other way. Seitz tries to chase down. Keeper Weiss will shuttle it back. Maxie Weiss, the keeper for the Hyenas. Shelby Guinard is in net for the Novas. And Guinard with the catch and hold. Each of these teams is going to play 2 more games today. The Hyenas are back in action at 2 against the Angels, who have started off 1-0 after their 1-0 shutout over the defending champion Orcas. Meanwhile, the Novas will play the Orcas at 1. Hyenas in the O-zone looking to take the lead. And shot into traffic from Fairheller is collected by the Novas. Up ahead, Abigail Rush. 1-on-2, help coming, slides it back. Slap shot. In front, had another shot at it. It was Wagner on the rebound that had a chance after Abigail Rush tried to slap one on goal. 8 to go in the third. Will we get a goal in regulation? Horn chases it back. Kosakowski. Pass was clean. Stone. Eyes up the floor and a whistle. It'll be a neutral zone face-off here. Allie Stone wins the battle with Alyssa Lecuyer. Big intercept that time from Hannah Worth defensively. As the Hyenas work it up the floor. Action along the wall here. Out of the scrum comes Maychak for the Hyenas, or rather the Novas. And it's Braca with the Hyenas. Working momentarily. Novas flick it ahead. And stopped by Maxie Weiss. Weiss, the DC Women's Tier Most Valuable Goalie in 2023. And same season, the Maryland Tier 3 Most Valuable Goalie. So this year, actually, for the Ambush, she hasn't been playing goalie, but by trade, she is a goaltender, which is why she's in that spot here today. Win for the Hyenas, and they're working quickly up the sidewall. Agostinelli outnumbered, but not outworked. And that'll get a stop. Didn't see the arm come up, but that's because the other referee on the opposite side had her arm up. So I believe this will go down as a penalty. As Agostinelli was forcing the issue, a former pro ice player. And it was Runnalls that comes off. Hyenas have killed off one penalty. They did so in the first period. Now can they do it here in the third? Novas win the face-off. They'll spread. Seitz finds Levin. 2 top picks on the team. Seitz and Levin, part of this power play unit. Shot ladled in, and in a scrum, Weiss holds on. Big chance for the Novas here. And that ball, he's not moving. Nova's side wanted that to be blown dead, but eventually ball was able to slip through, and it stays in the zone for the Novas. Pump fake and a pass from Levin. She set up a one-timer. Weiss was ready. Located Nikki Lewin on her side. But Maxie Weiss, a rock in net for the Hyenas. Really important power play here for the Novas. And slid across by Seitz, and it'll trickle all the way out. Kept in. Again, floating blue line, as long as it's in front of center ice, so to speak. You're good. Chance. And Forrest will circle it back. Back to Forrest. Levin, shot blocked away. Kept in by Lewin. Final 30 seconds of this power play. They got to come up with something here. Lewin. Levin. Lewin, shot. Rings wide. Pinball's out of there. Who's going to get it? Novas on the forecheck have kept this in. The Hyena penalty killers looking like they'll go 2 for 2 on the kill. They're waiting for that penalty time to wind down. Still in the zone. Kosakowski gets that pass through traffic. Shot. Seitz didn't quite at the angle. Rebound chance. Seitz saw the net was open. Flicks it up. Will it go in? It's loose, and they'll blow it dead. And Weiss was able to just keep that off the line. Wow. Heavy traffic in front of the goal. Look at this. Seitz tried to shelf one. It got right back to where the net was open, but she whiffed on it and then almost backhanded it in. But an acrobatic save by Weiss. What a sequence. About 5 to play. Still looking for a goal. Novas and Hyenas. It's been a good one. Novas still on the forecheck. Unsuccessful on 2 power plays. But they're not phased. Nova's team that has been able to spread it around, get some good shot opportunities. Hyenas trying to break through on the lob play. Fiocco is the target. Couldn't chase it down, but they're working on the forecheck here. Player goes down along the wall. Say it's clean, no whistle. Slap down. Fairheller. And it went back behind center. And lob back in so they can get a line change. Hyenas would have been offside, so that was a perfect chance just to dump it in and change lines. Whistle here. Caitlin Chan, 97 in the gold and purple, stands to the side as Clark wins the draw. Reeves is able to chip one out. Nova's working hard. Chan surveys. Chan makes her move. See if they can get a cutter here. Novas are spread out, but there's nobody in front of the net. Back with Chan. Shuttle one in. Bodies hit the floor. Nova's still chasing. And slap shot from distance, no. It was Bailey Horn who tried to fire there. Picked back up by Clark. Leaves it in. Weiss comes off her line, has to be careful, was able to scoot back in time. But a dangerous sequence for the Hyenas with Maxie Weiss coming out behind the goal to play it. Kosakowski tries to find Horn, she cannot. Pass slid across. It was Martinez looking for help. Look at fresh legs on there. Emma Seitz, the top pick for the Novas, 3rd overall in this league. Seitz, the pass. Tries to stick with the play. Lecuyer was marking her there. Final 3 minutes. Nobody has scored. Will regulation be enough to decide this one? The Novas are dominating time on attack, especially in this third, but not a goal to show for it. And Bookwalter fed one in, eventually claimed by Weiss. 2:01 in the third. First two men's elite tier games are coming up after this, and then back for more women's action at 1 and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us all day here from the Inman Sports Complex in Edison, New Jersey, and then all day tomorrow we'll have more. Each team, 8 of them, 4 men's, 4 women's, they're all going to play 5 games this weekend. So the Hyenas working through neutral floor, and a whistle as Agostinelli fires one ahead. .140 in the third. Nova's ozone face-off, they win it. Seitz wiggles through. Seitz. It was played off her stick. Forrest there to grab it. Forrest looking. Bookwalter. And that gets past Forrest. Chasing is Lewin. Weiss shuts it down. Clock at 1:22. Again, the time on attack for the Novas has been significant here. And D zone draw won by the Hyenas. They'll wait this out, wait for their chance at a rush. Dobson, the top pick in this league, battles with Horn and was able to spin through, but controlled by the Novas. It's been a really impactful game defensively for Bailey Horn. Horn working here on Runals. Runals for the Hyenas. Pass. It was turned aside. Final minute of the third. Here from Edison, New Jersey. Hyenas looking to take the lead in the first game of the day for each of these teams. Arm of the referee comes up. It's a delayed call that's going to go against the Novas. The Hyenas will get their first power play of the game with just 27 seconds to go in the third. Big turn of events. So Horn is sent to the box. Timeout called here. And let's see what this Hyenas team can draw up. One of the instructions after the first from GM Ben Berger and head coach Matt Fair, they need to be better on the forecheck. And there's no time like the present now that you'll get the power play unit out there with mere seconds to go in regulation. So the Brain Trust talking there. Haley Runals, the Canadian coach for the U20 girls team, part of that unit. Dobson, Nichols, Agostinelli, and Orlando. That's the power play grouping for the Hyenas. Penalty killers trying to ward them off here. And a big D-zone draw for the Novas. Pushed out, sliding stop Orlando. Back in. Time ticking. Orlando gets the pass clean. Runals try and draw the defense back out. Mash it into Agostinelli. Played back. Shot. And saved. Rebound chance. Dobson tried to make the shot go on net, but it would not. Orlando turns and keeps. One more chance. And we will go past 3 periods. The Hyenas had their chance there on the power play in the 3rd, but that's now, of course, going to carry over past regulation. Here, look at this chance. Dobson, she made something out of nothing there. That speaks to her skill level, as everything seemed to be contained, but still just on the run was able to put a wrister in the vicinity of the net, and that was pretty close. Time expires, and we're through 3, and we've still not seen a goal in this game between the Hyenas and the Novas. So there's 3 minutes on the clock here. And half of that's going to be occupied by the power play. So 4-on-3 here for the Hyenas. Both these goalkeepers have been really, really strong. Not really making a controversial statement when you're saying that in a scoreless game, but it is true. When they've been called upon, they've delivered. And the Hyena power play unit down a player, of course, because it goes from 5-on-4 to 4-on-3. Runals, Nichols, as well as Orlando and Dobson. Clark, Kosakowski, and Levin are the killers. Horn back to the box for another about 90 seconds. First power play of the day for the Hyenas. After the face-off win, they go in 4-on-3. Nichols, pass across, was tapped in by Dobson. Heady play. Runals making moves. Sends a shot that's knocked in the air. Pick up Runals and fed back to Orlando. Fakes. Pass geometrically there into the boards and over. And we'll get a neutral zone face-off here. Should be about another 60 seconds for Horn, give or take, before the Novas can get back to even strength. Pass back out. Hyenas looking to close their first game of the Women's Elite tier with a win and a power play winner. See if they can do it here. Orlando fakes. Shot. It was blocked in front. Nichols was able to put one on goal. Pick up for the Hyenas. Dobson, as skilled as anybody you could say in this tournament, the consensus #1 overall pick. Penalty has expired. Dobson fires a little high. Shot back in by Nichols. Less than 2 minutes in OT. Dobson's shot is held by Guinard. So now that the 4-on-4 is come and gone there briefly, floor will open up even more. It'll be 3-on-3 here, and the Novas will take a player off to meet those requirements. Agostinelli, offensive zone face-off. Tries to win it for the Hyenas, but it's swiped away from her. Bookwalter. She leaves that one to the side, and it's angled ahead by Lewin. Seitz. Little zigzag maneuver. Bookwalter swerves in, and a whistle. Big win. Shot Lewin, save. Maxie Weiss. Nikki Lewin displaying her quickness there, able to get a shot off there in a hurry. But we still remain scoreless. Minute 15 remaining in OT. Horn surveys. Horn making her move, gets the pass. Lewin, great control. Lewin steps through, falls down, arm comes up. This will be a power play for the Novas. Novas make the call for what their power play unit's going to look like. They'll go with the 3 forwards here. Need to get a 4th out there on the floor. And they'll take a timeout to discuss. Novas are 0 for 2 on the power play. Will 3rd time be a charm? We've got action coming up after this in the men's elite field. First, the Greyhounds will have a meeting with the Comets, and that'll be followed up Mariners and Apollo. The first 2 ever NBHL men's elite tier games, and you look at all the professional leagues that have now gone to this type of format where you go city to city, you draft teams. These teams stay. Some sports they'll do redrafts or whatever. No, we're not doing that here. And they're actually, and we'll talk about it throughout the day, they're even supposed to be a keeper option for next year for these teams to be able to maintain 5 players from each squad. There's a lot to discuss on that front, but these teams have been carefully constructed. And for moments like this, you get a power play in the waning moments of overtime. That's what the Novas have, 4 on 3. Do you have the people to make it happen? Pass from Levin. Seitz is looking. Back to Seitz. Sets it up, and in front, it's kept out of there by Weiss. Oh my goodness. Lewin had an open net, but Weiss somehow gets back in there for the stop. Maxie Weiss has been terrific. Look at this. They fake that well. Lewin, oh, just off the post. Lewin wanted it a little earlier, but she still had the look she wanted. Won by the Novas. Can they win it here? Lewin. Seitz. Tried to leave it back for Lewin. Forrest looking. Pushes it back. Seitz going for the win. She cannot get it. Lewin swoops in there. 10 seconds. It's Levin. And it's off the pad of Weiss. It's loose. Weiss has to stretch. And we go past overtime. And we're still without a goal. You play regulation, you don't get a goal. If you play overtime, you don't get a goal. Now you go shootout. What a way for these teams to start the day.
Oh, it's wet down there.
Well-earned point for each of these teams, but
Which side do you want us to do? All down
they're
here
looking
or
for
all-
more.
Wherever the camera's at.
Do you want to just do both sides? You can do both sides. Cool. Okay. I think that works. As long as you're okay with the camera watch. Okay, cool.
So they make the decision in terms of which sides we're we're going to use. They're going to use each side. Novas, as the home team, get the call first or second in terms of shooting. So again, even though obviously none of these teams have a home rink that they're playing in, you do have home and visiting teams. So the Novas, the home team for this game, they make the call first or second. And their first shooter will be Nikki Lewin here. Lewin picks it up. The keeper, Maxie Weiss. Lewin on Weiss. Gets it by her. Lewin scores. And that goal in the shootout goes to the Novas. They've got one on the board. It's a check mark for Nikki Lewin. Meanwhile, Dobson going the other way. Dobson on Guinard. Dobson, oh, gets it right through her. Oh, that was nasty. So Dobson with the response. Now it's the turn for Emma Seitz. Seitz motions left and try to go center, but it's caressed by the pads of Weiss. It's a stop for Maxie Weiss, who has been sensational for the Hyenas. Alyssa Lecuyer of the New England Nightmares rushes in on Guinard. And that shot stopped. Guinard, anything you could do, I could do better. She gets the save that her team needed here in the shootout. Joanna Persiano of the New Jersey Whales, New Jersey Women's Tier MVP in 2022, making her move on Weiss. Persiano couldn't get by her. Pad stop for Maxie Weiss. Sydney Fioca of the Texas Diablos against Guinard. Fioca unable to get a look there. Things just kind of went haywire. And now that each team has had 3 shooters go and had 1 goal go for each side, anybody can go over and over again. Lewin scored the lone goal for the Novas here in the shootout. Lewin, can she do it again? Oh, she gets Weiss. Oh, an ankle breaker. Nikki Lewin is a crafty player. Look at this. Oh, stops on a dime and just able to get it out of her outstretched glove that nearly read that. Weiss was able to recover, but Lewin had the handles. Now it's Dobson. Things hanging in the balance here. Becky Dobson, the #1 overall pick in this league. Dobson. She got out of sorts, and it stopped. The Novas will hang on to win via shootout. Shelby Guinard with the save as her teammates come out to congratulate her. And a shootout win for the Hyenas, or rather for the Novas, beg your pardon, over the Hyenas. Action's just getting started today from the Inman Sports Complex. Up next, the Greyhounds and the Comets. The first ever NBHL Men's Elite Tier game will be coming up here on the NBHL YouTube page. So stick around, we've got hockey coming your way all day and night.